Aujourd'hui, c'est 748. Morning. We just went straight to coffee right next door. It's the nice part about having an Airbnb right next to good coffee. I gotta try and make this happen again. I don't know. I guess you can't really know because you don't know exactly where the address is. I got lucky. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, I had to get out this morning because I'm out of here. I also figured to get some work done and, travel day, blah, blah, blah. One thing is traveling alone. How do you like it? Should you do it? What's the thing? I have a slightly different take on traveling alone because I've done it a lot, but I thought I'd talk about it a little bit today because it's come up. People even sent me messages about it. People ask me about it, and there are different takes on it, but I'll share with you mine today, as you know, traveling alone. It was an unnecessary number of glasses, but I only used like 2 of these. Just. I got some decent riding done. I want to fly my drone for a minute, and then I think the plan is to eat lunch, which I'm overdue on, which should not come as a surprise, and go to the airport. Those are my plans. So far, walking with the rolling bag isn't so bad. This is one of the number one things that I don't like about traveling alone is having to deal with your own baggage. Obviously, you always have to deal with your own luggage. Don't pack more than you can carry. But when you're traveling with somebody, you use the restroom, you need to, run off to do something. You have somebody to watch your stuff so it doesn't like walk off or, get taken by the police and detonated in a bomb shelter somewhere, in a bomb detonator, whatever those devices are called. Anyways, let's keep moving. First, of course, what are the good things about traveling alone? And why listen to me? I've traveled alone a lot. If you've been watching the last couple of days, you know that this is my 40th country that I've been to, and the vast majority of the countries I've been to alone, traveling alone. When I was working as a consultant, I traveled well over 100,000 miles a year just flying. So I put in my time. I think, between all that, I've met friends in various countries and I've traveled with people too, but I've traveled alone a lot. Whether it's been traveling domestic or traveling international, staying in hotels, Airbnbs, crashing on couches, whatever it is, I haven't done it all by any means. There's a lot of forms of traveling that I'm sure that I could still manage. But, I've spent lots of days, weeks, months, years on the road. I mean, really. And within the United States, it's not hard to do. Spans 4 time zones. You get the idea. I've done a lot of traveling alone. And I think traveling alone is incredibly valuable. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful privilege. And it's something that you should do. It's an accomplishment in itself to get to a place where you can confidently travel anywhere in the world, not knowing the language, but know that you can get around, know that you can figure things out, know that you can take care of yourself. That's a wonderful sense of self-confidence that can only be developed by going out and doing it, struggling through it, surviving it, and coming out the other side better and wiser for it. So even from an existential position, I think traveling alone, well worth it. That's not to say I don't think it's totally lame now though, but that we'll get there. On the practical side, traveling alone is really nice too because I can do whatever I want. I can wake up when I want, I can go where I want. I can be as chill as I want or as intense as I want. If I want to just blitz it all day and see as much as possible in 12 hours, I can do that. If I just want to sit in a coffee shop all day and work, I can do that. No pressure, no worries. Obviously, if you find the right travel partner, that's less of a problem, but there's always a tension there. And so it's nice to be able to do what you want, especially when you do as many like random obstructive things as I tend to do, like stopping to take time lapses or fly my drone randomly in town. Those are fun things to do, but if you're not doing them yourself, I'm sure they can get pretty boring pretty quickly. Hopefully not too boring, but you throw them in there every once in in a while, and they're just priorities on my day. Got to get that stuff done. Of course, if I was traveling with someone, I probably wouldn't push it so far between meals. Speaking of which, time to get lunch. I'm going to go to what's supposed to be the best goulash in town, Ghetto Goulash. I can't remember if it was Maddie that suggested it. I think it was Maddie. If it was Kate, I'm sorry. One of you suggested it. I'm gonna go. Yesterday, Anna, my mom, so to clear that up too, because there's some confusion about that. Anna is the daughter of one of my mom's friends from college. She is not my mom's daughter. That was a weird assertion. She doesn't like goulash, and even she likes this place. So definitely a good recommendation. Let's go there, have lunch, and then gotta head to the airport. The veal goulash looks nothing like what I would have ever imagined goulash to look like. It smells amazing. I don't know if this is a vegetarian-friendly country or not, but I'm happy. I think these are baked noodles. Like they're wrapped up into a patty and baked with bacon around them and cheese in the middle. Not a diet-friendly country. So traveling alone definitely has its benefits, especially if you're social, you like to meet people, you like to explore by yourself, set your own pace. And again, that sense of accomplishment of being able to get around, like that sense that you're competent, is one that you have to earn. And once you've earned it, it's great. But once you've earned it, it kind of loses its luster. I mean, it sounds cool when you get started, at least I thought it sounded cool, and it was cool, and I felt satisfied. And then I was like, okay, I did that. It's a skill I have now, like where I want to have friends. Waiter said to go this way to find a taxi. Not so sure this is working out for me. I have time. Will I have enough time? See, and you can't crowdsource your problems. You can't, like brainstorm your way through things. I only have one brain. That's not enough for a storm. Well, small one maybe, but Street looks to have more action over here, and then now taxis are pulling up ahead, so I'm heading the right direction at least. Found a taxi and he ditched me to go buy cigarettes, but that's all right. On our way in a moment. Drivers pointing out how there are bullet holes still in the walls, which I'd heard about before actually from World War II, and we're driving by a bunch of them, which apparently is a marker also of not the best neighborhood. I think it was Richard that told me that. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with sources on this. Which is a nice thing about having someone else with you is collective memory, which is actually one of the big things. I think probably my biggest thing about traveling alone, ultimately, is that if you travel alone, you don't have anyone to share the memories with. This helps, like documenting it, sharing it with a group of people on the internet definitely helps. Means I can share it, means that things are, remembered in that kind of a sense. But the things that happen when the camera's not on don't get remembered by anybody except myself. And I don't have necessarily, I think my memory's okay, but I don't think I have the best memory. And it's more fun to share memories with people, to remember times that happened, stories, the goods, the bads, the weirds, the awkwards, all that stuff. So that's one of I think my number one critique of traveling alone is that you don't have anyone to share those memories with. Go. All gates. I guess we want to go this way. The other things are practical. Like I said earlier, if you have somebody with you, you have somebody to watch your bags. Like if you're eating, you need to go to the bathroom, whatever. It makes things a little bit more relaxing. You also have somebody to just converse with, problem solve with, chat with, share extra large meals with. And it actually, I think, is easier to meet people when you have a friend with you than it is to meet people by yourself. I mean, I'm pretty social, so I still meet people by myself, but meeting people with somebody, definitely easier. You also have somebody to catch you if you're going up the wrong escalator. Instead of going to the gates, I think of going to like the lounges. See? Of course, if something goes wrong, you have someone to commiserate with, bitch, moan about security, whatever. Nothing's gone wrong on this trip, thankfully, but, if it had, I'd be on my own. I wouldn't complain to you that much because I don't want to complain that much in my vlog because it just generates bad things. But, sometimes you just feel like venting a little bit. And of course, if you pick a good travel partner, one that you get along with who's also a little bit different than you, they can complement you on your traveling style. So for me, I'm pretty chill. I can actually get along without doing very much. It can be really nice to have somebody who wants to get a few things done, like very specific things that they actually care about, that they researched in advance, because I just kind of wing it. I like to research things, but I'm also just kind of happy to discover things as I go. So sometimes it's nice to have somebody who's got a little more direction. Not like an obsessive amount of direction. You gotta find the right balance, of course, but you know, then it can be really nice. And even when things are going well, it's really nice to have somebody to debrief with. Think through the day, the moment, what's to come, think things through, plan things, recite stories, try to figure out, like, for example, I don't understand how people form queues or lines in Hungary. I got cut in front of like 20 times in the grocery store, and that has been a trend in a number of different places. So if I had a friend with me, we could discuss that and figure it out together, or you know, ask the locals what the rules are. Without a friend, just left to your own like weird ideas. Of course, if I was traveling with somebody now, I could commiserate about the fact that they're forcing me to check my roller, which sucks because then I'm gonna have to go, you know, reclaim luggage at baggage claim. And that is lame because I just want to go straight home. But anyways, then you could blow off some steam. You'd be like, ah, and then you get it out of your system. And then you have somebody to wait with you and commiserate when they lose your bag as well, which hopefully won't happen. But if it does happen, ugh. There was enough space for my bag after all. Those are some of my thoughts on traveling alone. I hope they made sense. I'm sure I'll think of something else as soon as I'm done, but basically, figured that should cover it. If you enjoyed today's video, please do subscribe, of course. I share my thoughts way too often, every day, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for a week, hopefully a little bit more restful than I've had in recent times. All right, see you later.